This video is for any of my viewers. I'm going to direct it toward Laura. Her YouTube channel is Nigella for me. And check, I agree with you on some stuff. I disagree with you on some stuff. Now, first, let me get to what I agree with you on. Now, your latest video is talking about this one particular lady that her friends. I don't know. I don't remember the personal conversation or if it was something being discussed on a social media platform. But anyway, her friends were telling her because she was an atheist, she wasn't a Christian, she hadn't accepted Jesus in her life, she was going to burn in hell. And it's my personal belief that I'm going to have an afterlife, that I'm going to end up on the astral plane, that she's going to end up on the astral plane. Irregardless of their particular religion, regardless of whether they were a good Christian, accepted Jesus in their heart or not, regardless of what their particular religious orientation was. Now, my personal belief is, like I said, in the astral plane. Now, I believe in a form of karma, not karma like in a Christian sense of reward and punishment, more like, God, it's kind of hard to explain it, but let's just say, your afterlife will be kind of, my personal belief. I can't prove this, but my personal belief is in an afterlife kind of based upon the type of life I am living here. Now, you said another thing that you said that no one knows if they're, what an afterlife is going to be like. Now, that's where I kind of must disagree with you. Now, if you check out the NDEs, people that have near-death experiences, now let me explain to you my interpretation of a near-death experience. Now, there are people that are clinically dead. I've covered this here a number of times, and I find people's accounts of NDEs some of the most interesting, some of the most fascinating. And I'm hoping that you, Laura, and other people that view my channel will check out some of the NDEs because they're all over here, all over YouTube. There's been TV, movies made about them. There's several prominent individuals that have written books and stuff about them. But anyway, a near-death experience, someone actually dies. Their body is dead, their brain is dead. There's no brain activity. There's no, their body is clinically dead, and either they come back to life on their own, or they're revived, through some form of medical intervention. And when they come back, now not everyone that's reaches clinical death and is brought back, has an NDE story. But the ones that do have some of the most interesting stories to tell. And I find them, some of the most fascinating. And to me, that I can't prove that's an afterlife. But the fact that these people are coming back with these stories, now there may be individuals that the hardcore atheists that say, well, that's just wishful thinking. It's just the wishful thinking of someone that can't stand knowing that once you're dead, and that's it. And if they want to believe that, that's fine. Now let me give you my personal beliefs, and I'll give my reason for practically will do this. Now I'm what I call spiritual and not religious. I believe in a higher power. You can call that God if you want. You can give that being any name you want. It's the same being. I believe we have a soul. I believe we have an afterlife. My interpretation of the afterlife is, the astral plane, and that, I personally believe that we come back and do it again. Yeah, I do believe in reincarnation. But, I was raised Christian also, so I do embrace, Christianity. I don't call myself Christian, but I do. I got no problem with any of the major belief systems. Now, my personal belief in God, or the being I think of God, I call the creative life force of the cosmos. Now, I think of that as like energy and consciousness. Now, I'm hoping that by giving giving out my views, my interpretation, that there's probably a few hardcore atheists out there that are put off by the dogma, of the mainstream belief systems. And if for me, the God, the thou shalt not, the gray-haired old man on the mountaintop throwing down lightning bolts, that never worked for me. So I had to have the God I believe in had to make sense to me. That's just me. I'm hoping that there's got to be one or two hardcore atheists out there that watch this and say, "Hey, James, maybe I can kind of, maybe you kind of turn me around. Maybe not. I don't know. I just put it out there. Anyway, I've said it a number of times. I'm not Jesus. I'm no guru. I'm not Buddha. I'm just a guy with his beliefs and stuff. Hope that is of interest. Hope that turns around a few hardcore atheists. Love you all. Let's keep life interesting, exciting, and all that. Bye bye.